So this is the same when you do pie charts, if you do line graphs, whatever you do. The golden rule is you want 8 figures. You don't want to have more than 8 numbers or dates or anything like that, because it can start to get confusing. This word here is very, very important. We will go through the cousin and brother and sister of this word, former and latter, later. Okay, but this word it's a great word because it will get you points on all of this. Okay, why it does that? Because you generally, if you are using this word respectively, it means you are understanding the task and you're able to group the information properly. If you're using the word respectively, it means that there is cohesion and coherence. It means you're making things easily understood. You're getting lexical resource points, and your grammar is generally a little bit more advanced when you're doing this. Okay, so it's one of those words. I like to think of it as an IELTS power word. Okay, so what this respectively means, it just means in order. Okay, things in order. So here's an example, just an example sentence. The pie charts illustrate the monthly expenditure of household on 4 main categories. Housing and transport accounted for 35% and 22% respectively. So housing is, I'm going to make it blue. That means housing is 35% because it's first. Transport, they mentioned second. I'll make that green, is 22%. Okay, you got that. So housing and transport accounted for 35 and 22% respectively. So housing is mentioned first. The first figure, percentage, is first. Do you guys see that? Okay. Transportation is mentioned second. It's the second figure. Okay. Then look what they do here. They use this really cool linking word here, this conjunction, while. Okay. And they're showing a bit of contrast. Something else that's going on. Food and entertainment made up 28% and 15% respectively. What a great IELTS sentence. Okay, so we know that food is mentioned first, so food is 28%. You guys understand this, yeah? And entertainment is mentioned second, so entertainment is 15%. Okay, you guys got it. It's a simple word. It's a word that you can use, that you should use for every part 1 IELTS writing essay. If you're not using this word, you're doing something wrong. Okay, because here you are. This is grouping information together. It means you're understanding the essay. You'll be getting task achievement score there. You're making it easily understood. You're putting the information together. You're putting it in order. You're getting cohesion and coherence. You got it. Okay, so just remember this word. Use it in every essay. I'll do it like this later. The former and latter. That just means like the first one. The former is the first one. The latter is the last one. But I'll give you another exercise on that later. Okay. So here we're gonna do pie charts. Let's have a look. Okay. So we're just gonna have a look at this example first. I want you to have a look at this example essay here. It's only a band score 7.5. I'm going to show you some reasons why I think it's a 7.5 and how it could be better. It's a 7.5, maybe an 8. Okay. So first of all, what are we looking at here? Who can tell me?
The pie chart.
The pie chart, yes. What is it about? What is this pie chart about?
The main reason for migration.
Yeah. What is immigration?
Migration is mean for you from the country A to country B, but the main purpose here is to stay long term in country B.
Kind of, yes, but just I want you to know these words too, because this is a topic that does come up quite a lot. It can come up in task 2 also, not in a pie chart, obviously. Wherever you see immigration, that means, think of it as in, people coming into a country. Whenever you see emigration, think of it as exit, people leaving a country. Okay, that's how I kind of remember it. Im is is in and M is exit. Okay, you got that. So yeah, so you got two pie charts here. You've got people coming in and people leaving the country from the UK in 2007. Now this here at the bottom, these are what you call factors. Oh, yeah. These are the factors. These are the reasons why people are coming into a country and people are leaving the country. When you write your essay, you have to include all these factors. Okay? You will, when you write your essay, you will never leave something out because all these factors are relevant and they're important. Okay, so you might see, like we'll go through bar graphs later. Every time you have factors, you need to include them. Okay, you got that. So you need to include all of these, and you need to include emigration and immigration. Now, in terms of structure, your body paragraphs, what is something I don't want you to do with these two graphs? How would a structure be? What would the structure be that I don't want to see, or one that's not going to get you a good score? Like, what would body 1 be? Anyone? Not huh?
Say everything.
Yeah, never say everything, but how would you structure? So if you have body 1, body 2, what would a bad structure be?
Each one have a pie. For example, each body graph have to describe the each pie.
Yes.
Not relevant to each other.
Yes. That's excellent, Marie. Thank you. If you went and you wrote, you said immigration was body paragraph 1, let me write about all of that. And then immigration was body paragraph 2, let me write about all of that. No, don't do that. Okay. That's the worst thing you can do. You'll have some IELTS teachers that will teach you to do that. Just write this, here's 1, here's 2. No. How should you do it? What's the first thing that you should do? Hyman, I'm going to ask you, buddy. What would be the first thing that you write about in body paragraph 1?
It is immigration. Immigration.
No. Just said don't do that. What would be the first thing that you write about? Huh? Anyone?
First thing.
Right about the big portion. Like I have noticed about the green part.
Yes.
I compare.
This, you'll write about this and this. Yeah?
I think the big change. I mean, the big, not the big change, big
Different.
distance.
The
Big different. Big
the-
distance.
Okay, so you can write about but basically those are the two most important things. It's this one here, it's the green, it's the biggest factor. It's because it's the most important. So remember, like, IELTS is testing you when you go into university in the UK or something. They need to know that you can see the information and kind of understand it and translate it. If you need to tell someone about this, if you're telling someone about the biggest reasons or why people are leaving the UK, you're going to start by saying this is the biggest reason. This is the main reason why people are coming in and coming out. Yeah? You know what I mean? Then you're going to go, and then you'll go to the, wait, let me try to find a color that was, then you'll go to the next, this one here, and this one here. Okay. So those are the biggest factors. Okay. You got that. But now you see that. Now what else do you see here? How else would you organize this? These factors. How could you group them? Now, how would you group these factors?
Maybe the former studies and no reason stated will be in one group because they have been decreased, and the definite job and a company and join will be in one group because they look like the same, and the looking for work and others will be in one group because they have been increased.
Not really. Okay, so you would.
I have an idea.
Yes.
Like it is I'm gonna group them like the chanting. Like I gotta separate into one part is increasing, one part is decreasing into the number.
Yes, we can do that later. So that is how you would structure your sentence. You can structure your sentences by like that. You can say here we see an increase while here we see a decrease. Or here's a big increase and the contrast is a decrease over here. But how can you group, if you need to sometimes look at these factors, how can you simplify this? Now, how you didn't quite simplify. You like, how can we group things here? Like you need to think about what things here are similar. Anyone? No one? Oh no. Come on guys, someone's gonna get this. Can I show you? Definite job and looking for work. That's work related. So that you have people that have a job and you have people that are looking for work. That's a similar factor. Yeah? Okay, so if I look at this now, so here, definite job and looking for work. Definite job is green. So I'm going to start with that and green. And here I have looking for work. Those are the two biggest reasons. The biggest reason that people immigrate and emigrate from the UK in 2007 was work related. Yeah? That's the first thing I start with. Okay, there, task achievement, yes. Cohesion and coherence, yes. Okay. Then I can go into what's the second biggest? Studies. Okay, there I will go. Studies is the second biggest. And I already know that there's a significant difference in people leaving the UK to arriving for study reasons. Okay, many more people are coming to the UK than leaving the UK for purposes of study, okay, or education. Okay, then you can see here, a company joined. What does that mean?
Enclosed. Enclosed.
Enclosed, not quite enclosed.
Attack.
No, a company
attack.
or join. A company or join, it means to like join a family member, yeah? So you might have someone that's getting a job there and then someone's coming to join them because they have a job. Okay. So you could write a company or join after you write about the work-related reasons. Okay. And then generally no reason stated and other. When you see this, that's generally the last thing you write about. It's the least significant most of the time, okay? Because it's like, again, remember, if you're explaining to someone the reasons for people leaving the UK, you go, the biggest people came to the UK was they didn't give a reason. Like, you know what I mean? It's not a factor that you would tell someone. Does that make sense? Like this, if I'm trying to understand, if I'm writing a paper and I'm tasking you to do research, I'm giving you guys research and I'm like, please go do research. Why are people leaving and coming to the UK? And you go, no, like many people didn't give an answer. You go, like that doesn't help my research. Okay, so these are generally like really not important. Okay, you got it. Okay, easy. But just know with these kind of graphs, there's always something you can do this with, okay? There's always something you can group. There's always the largest factor that the most important, the most significant you need to speak about. There's always things that are different. One will be a lot bigger, a factor that like a lot more people are arriving for education purposes than leaving, okay? Okay, so let's just have a look quick. Okay, the pie charts illustrate the primary reasons. I like that. The primary reasons that people came to and left the UK in 2007. Now, just so you know, this essay is not perfect. If you pick up something that you can make better, let me know. At first glance, this is quite nice, okay? This phrase here, at first glance. For pie charts, it's quite a good phrase to use. At first glance, it is clear that the main factor influencing this decision was employment. Ah, you see there, okay? So simple. It's giving me such a nice introduction into understanding these pie charts. Again, I gave you research. Please tell me, what are the biggest reasons people are leaving and coming into the UK? You go, the biggest reason is employment. That's what it is. Okay. So here. Now look at this. This is something I also want you to pick up. We must not do this, okay? When you write your essays, don't write percent and then write the figure percent. Okay. Just remember this. It's a small thing. Some students make this mistake. I don't think you guys will. But consistency. Yeah. Don't do that and then that. Okay, I left that in there just so you guys could see. Okay. Okay. Having a definite job accounted for. This is nice phrasing to use, accounted for. Please remember that phrasing. For 30% of immigration to the UK, and this figure was very similar for immigration at 29%. You see how this sentence is structured and how it is easily understood, because they use very similar here too. Okay. So you got 30%, 29%, easy. The biggest factors, I have a clear picture of this pie chart already. A large number of people, 22%, also immigrated because they were looking for a job, though the proportion. So proportion and percentage, these are this is vocab that you use for pie charts. Okay, proportion and percentage. Though the proportion of people leaving the UK for this purpose was noticeably lower, at less than a fifth. Okay. You guys see that? And then they said less than a fifth because you don't want to say percent. They're also showing lexical resourcing here. Okay, so just have a look here. This is, I'm just gonna make this different color. Counted for, proportion. So I'm making this different color because these words serve a different function here. Okay, very similar, noticeably lower. That's detailing. That's like adjective phrases that are detailing what's happening. Okay, you got it. Easy. That's your body one. If you get this right, guys, that's where you get your score from. Okay. You've done everything there. You've got task achievement, you've got cohesion and coherence, you've got your lexical resource, you've got your grammar. Okay, but let's go to body two. Another major factor influencing a move to the UK was for formal study, with over a quarter of people immigrating for this reason. However, interestingly, only a small minority, 4%, left for this reason. Now, this isn't a very nice way of writing this. I wouldn't have said interestingly. It's too personal. It's too. I would rather have said noticeably. I don't know how to spell noticeably. Okay. Sorry, I cannot spell. However, I would have rather said noticeably. Only a small minority, 4%, left for this. Okay. Simple. And then here they grouped this here. I would have put maybe above here, but it doesn't matter. The proportion of those moving to a family member were quite similar for immigration at 15 and 30% respectively. There's that power word there, respectively. But also, again, look here, were quite similar. Again, it's adjective phrases that's just giving you a little bit of detail into what this is doing. Okay. You want to say this is quite similar. This is almost the same. This is very similar. This is noticeably lower. Yeah? Noticeably a small minority. Okay. Oh, there. I guess that's why they said interestingly. They didn't say noticeably. Because they're using a different word. Okay, and then here, although a significant number of people, 30%, gave other reasons or did not give a reason why they immigrated, this accounted for 17% with regards to immigration. You got it? Okay. So what's the main thing I'm trying to teach you guys here? Look at this. Understand you got two, you got like, these are almost like this is the topic. These are the topic graphs. But then you got your factors, and you got to think about how you structure the factors and the biggest, the most important portions and percentages. Okay, it's everything, guys. This is where you'll get your scores from, because this then, when you do this, when you group this and you do that, what happens is your vocabulary starts to come alive. You start using the right vocabulary. Very similar. It's lower. You start to use respectively. Okay, small minority. You got it. So everything, all the points on your score will go up then. All right. Any questions? No? You sure? You guys understand this magnet? You got it?
Yes, I got it.
Okay. But you have a question? No? You good? Okay. Yeah, so just quickly here, items such as other are usually less important and account for small amounts, so can be left till the end. Generally, this is almost always the end, okay? It's never significant because it's other. It's not even given, it's not really a factor. It's just like extra. It's just to let you know that some people didn't answer or there was a mistake or something. Here, make it easy to read. When you write task 1, you should always group information in a logical way to make it easy to follow and read. Okay, with an IELTS pie chart, the most logical thing to do is usually compare categories. I say categories or factors, yeah? Oops. Okay, categories or factors together across the charts, focusing on similarities and differences. This is also important. That's what we're saying. What is similar? What is different? Why we do this is because it will lead you to the type of vocabulary that you use. Okay. Rather than writing about each chart separately. Never do this. Please, guys, don't do that, okay? If you write about each chart separately, the person reading it will have to keep looking between the paragraphs in order to see how each category differs. Yeah, so they're going to be looking at immigration, like how are they differing? Where's the difference? Where's the difference? Your job is to make the picture clear in the person's head. Okay. Vary your language. So here, for this one, for pie charts, is proportions and percentages, or the proportion of, the percentage of, okay? And then I'll go through this with you just quickly. Like, if you have a look here, yeah, this is quite important. Some examples of a model answer: a large number of people, over a quarter of the people, a small minority. You need to use these type of phrases to detail quantities. And here, like, 80% is 4/5. That's not important. I highlighted the ones that are more important in pink. Okay, if it's 75%, why we do this is because in your chart here, yeah? Remember I said the golden rule for figures is like 8. Here you'll see quickly, let's just see how many figures there are here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Okay, that's the golden like number. It can be a few like 1 or 2 less or 1 or 2 more. But now when you say less than a fifth, that's you're varying your language. You're not saying less than a fifth, like what's it, 18% or whatever, because that's another figure. Now you got figure. There's too many figures, there's too many numbers. Again, it becomes confusing. You don't want this to be confusing. Okay. You got it. So that's why you need to mix your figures. You'll have percentages, but also where you're able to say 3/4, 2/3, more than a half. Okay, you could even say more than a half at 55%. You can detail it more than that, like that. Okay, 35%, more than a third. The ones in pink are the ones that are relevant, like 1 in 20. Don't say 1 in 20. You could. Yeah, you could say 1 in 20, especially like 1 in 10 is a good one. Like 1 in 10 this happened to people. You should know all of these. Just over 3/4, approximately 3/4. Okay? Just get comfortable with these phrases.
Why did you highlight those numbers? Because I have seen some of the in pink, some of them my students
The
like.
ones in pink I think are more important. The ones in black, like, I don't think are like if you say 80%, like to say 4/5 is weird. You know, 4/5, like people say 3/4. Yeah, 3/4 is better. 2/3, people, like you can understand 2/3, 3/4, but to say 4/5 is kind of like, or to say 7 out of 10. I don't know. Yeah, it's just better to say 70%. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
And you need to know this too: a very large majority, a significant proportion, a minority, a very small number. Okay. You got it. This is easy, yeah?
Easy.
Not easy. It's very easy. I'll give you, you guys will have this. You can practice this, just a little gapful here. Here is the key. But here, smartphones and tablets. I want to put you into groups, okay? What we were doing before. So here again, remember, I think you know now, yeah? Body 1 is not going to be smartphones, and body 2 is not going to be tablets, yeah? No, please never do this. If an IELTS teacher teaches you to do that, they should not be doing that. Okay. So I'm going to put you into groups. I want you to just chat to each other for just a few minutes. I'm going to give this one to you as homework. I want you to write about this one. Again, like we were doing before, just tell me, what is your body 1? What is your body 2? And I want to know, what is your overview? Because remember, your overview kind of details where you start body 1, yeah? That's like the general idea. Okay, it can vary. It can be exactly what you start body 1, but remember, the overview is the general idea of what's happening. So yeah, I want your overview, body 1, body 2, and you can just use keywords. Okay. And you can use keywords. I want you to use keywords with the factors, the categories, and I want to use keywords to show like change. Like what is similar, what is different. Okay.
What is the utilities? Utilities.
Yeah, utilities are I think it's like, utilities might be the camera or the calculator, things that you use.
Tools.
Tools, yeah.
Tools.
Exactly. Okay.
Very true.
Okay. Let's see. Who wants to work together? Does anyone want to work together? Hi, Min. Who do you want to work with, bud? Put on the spot. Okay.